Conscious Spirit Media.
My name's Steve Nobel. I'm with Conscious Spirit Media, interviewing Benjamin Torre on sacred plant medicine. Welcome, Ben.
Hello, Steve.
Just to introduce Ben, many of you on this channel know Ben, but Ben spent 3 years in the French Special Forces, leaving at the beginning of 2013 after a bit of a shift in 2012.
Yes.
He met a shaman, did a lot of work spiritually, became a personal trainer, coach, trained in NLP, spiritual development, energy work, started networking, meeting people. Now, spiritual coach. Still doing training stuff. He's got his own personal program. He runs retreats and he does sacred plant ceremonies. So,
Yes.
Ben, just say something about your spiritual journey.
Sure. Where I can start, I think really the beginning of my journey, it was in 2012 when I was in the army, really depressed, it was just too much. I was hating myself. I was a lot of shame, guilt. It was really hard for me. And one day, it was too much, and I was like, okay, I just want to die. So I tried to kill myself, and I met with suicide. But I guess it wasn't my time because I'm still here today.
Yeah.
And a few months later, I met this shaman, and I started my shamanic training with him, and I started the spiritual journey with him. So it was like, what are you doing in the army? He was like shaking me. Hey, come on, Ben, it's not your path. And I was, okay, so what I'm supposed to do? And he really helped me to open the mind and understand everything. And because actually I was like this when I was young. I was very intuitive, very connect with the nature. But you know, the society told you, oh, it's not true, or you can't see things. No, it's not true. So you lost your self-confidence and you just forget who you are. So that's why I went in the army. So it was really the beginning. And I did with him this shamanic training. So I did 1 vision quest, 2 vision quests. Then I met different people and started learning more about spirituality and just start to do like a routine for myself. So for me, really, spirituality is about just bring back your responsibility. It's about to be responsible about your own life. So this is what it means, spiritual life for me. And I was doing personal training, life coaching, learning about NLP, to just improve myself. The beginning of everything, it was just for me. It was a very selfish choice. Yeah. I was sad, and I want to change. Okay. I don't want to live like this anymore. I don't want to continue like this anymore. So the 2 first years, it was really only for myself, improving myself, try to feel better, try to reconnect with me, to feel more happy, to feel more love, to just forgive myself. It was really hard because I was crying every day, and a lot of shame and guilt about all the things I did with the army. So it was really hard to release everything. In 2015, when I came here in London, I started to see the results, because everyone were asking me, hey, you look really happy, what are you doing? Hey, you have good energy, what are you doing? And I was like, well, I work on myself since 2 years, 3 years, so this is what I did, and I was sharing all these things with the people for free because I was personal trainer. And one day I just realized I was working in an Equinox in London, High Street, Kensington. Everyone came to me and asked for personal development, not for fitness, but personal development. Yeah. And I was like, okay, maybe it's the sign from the universe. I need to change and stop teaching fitness and maybe sharing spiritual counseling or life coaching. Yeah. So this is how, after I jumped into the spiritual counseling, the life coaching, the guidance, by using shamanic stuff, human design, NLP, and I really love mixed both, you know, because today a lot of people escape in spirituality and they try to escape this physical reality. It's good to be a spiritual person, but what about here? We're living here for the moment, so we have to find the balance. So I really like to mix NLP life coaching, very logical, very spiritual stuff, talking about multi-dimensional being, doing ceremony, doing different things, and I think it's really beautiful when we understand these two parts. Sacred medicine, as the name is sacred and is a medicine. You know, most of the people, I'm using personally a lot the mushrooms. This is more today my medicine. I used to do ayahuasca, San Pedro, different medicine, but the one I really like work with is the mushroom. And everyone thinks it's like a drugs, you know. Everyone is saying, ayahuasca is drugs, or San Pedro is drugs, iboga is drugs. But I think it's just a misunderstanding about what is it exactly. Yeah. And for me, what is it exactly is a very, very powerful medicine, and it depends how you use it, how you take it, and it will show you a lot of things. So it's like an access to another dimension. Yeah. It's like an access to another consciousness. Yeah. It's like an access to parallel dimension, to another state of consciousness, level of consciousness, and it shows you what you have to learn, what's your blockage, and how you can improve yourself, how you can move forward, how you can release things, how you can feel maybe more happiness or more joy or whatever. It's depend.
Yeah.
Definitely, it's definitely different. The first things you have to understand when you use the sacred plants, you start to be very, very open. So your 7 chakras like really, really open. All your mind, the spirit, everything is open. Yeah. So you start to be kind of vulnerable about the outside world. So a lot of entities can come and stay stuck on your energetic fields. Yeah. So when people use mushroom or LSD or cocaine or all these different drugs in the party, they don't really realize actually what they are doing. They're taking these kind of drugs because they want to escape the reality. They want to feel high, and that's what happened. They escape the reality and they feel high, but they don't realize in another level, energetic level, what's happened. Yeah. They open gate. Yeah. They open gate with different dimension. Yeah. They open gate with the universe, with the high self, with the parallel dimension, world, etc. You know. Yeah. So it could be dangerous. When I'm doing my ceremony with the mushrooms, so what I'm doing, first I create a sacred circle, energetic circle. So I ask for protection and guidance with my guide, with the different spirits. So I call the spirit from the 4th direction, the earth, center of the earth, the universe, and then I create my circle, so to ask for protection. Yeah. Then I talk to the mushrooms, I talk to the medicine, and I ask to the mushroom to bring the person who's gonna take the mushroom in a very specific journey for learn the lessons, what have the person to learn. Is that correct? Yeah. So the mushroom will show you your blockages, will show you, and it's the same with ayahuasca. It will show you the blockages, it will show you what you have to learn, what's the lesson. It's like the faster way, you know, the faster way to learn. A shaman is someone who has an access to this consciousness, to this parallel dimension, parallel world, and when you start working with your shamanic power, the spirit come through you and they work through you. So it's not really me anymore. So I start singing, I start doing things with my hands, and playing with my feet, playing the drum, and so the spirit came and they know exactly what you need in this particular moment. So they release blockages, they take off the dark energy, or they clean your aura, your energetic field, and that's
so it's very healing. I mean, I experience it as a healing and clearing, cleansing. Is that the focus of it?
Yeah, definitely. My focus today, I think, is really my gift, is I love myself 100%. I really, really, really love myself, and I have so much love and compassion for myself. The reason why is because I think I was hating myself. You have no idea. When I was in the army, it was just too much. I was like, I want to die. And that's what I did. So I shift everything and I really learn self-love, unconditional love. And today is my power when I'm doing spiritual counseling, one-to-one session, or shamanic ceremony, so sacred plant ceremony, is teaching people self-love and reconnect themselves with the inner child. Since my young age, I've always been interested about witchcraft, about nature, talking to the trees, spend time in the nature, like ghost or spirit, witchcraft stuff. So I have a very strong connection with this, and if you look my face, it's like an elf is, and I have a very strong connection with the elf. And when I'm meditating, when I'm doing my meditation and asking to my guides, so a lot of my guides are elfies, so they talk to me, they bring me this sacred medicine, and they spend a lot of time in nature. I have one of my guides, he's like a tree, so the tree is talking to me and helping to connect with the nature, with Mother Earth, and I really think Mother Earth is the strong connection I can have, because it's the mother, and the mother is the feminine energy, is the love, is the creation, is the creativity, is the self-compassion, is the feminine energy is everything. So Mother Earth, I have a very strong love for the planet, for the Earth, for Mother Earth, and when I start doing my ceremony, I connect deeper with the energy of the Earth. And I'm asking for guidance from what we say in shamanism, we have the upper world and lower world. So more like galactic stuff with Starseed or different planets, etc. And the lower world, so all the creature from the earth, the nature, the witchcraft, all these kind of things. Ayahuasca and mushroom is really ground you. It grounds you a lot. And as I said, most of the people try to escape this reality, so they're looking for drugs, kind of acid, and of course they're going to be high. But it's not really helpful, because after, when you start to feel the down of the effect, you still with your fears, with everything, you insecurity, and it could be worse. The benefit to doing a ceremony, medicine plants, it will really be helpful, because you figured out everything. You figured out, you clean the fears, you ground yourself, and then when you come back, you have more self-love, more self-confidence, you're more grounded in your power. And I think is the key. If you bring back your power, you can move forward in life. Of course there is. Today, especially here in London, you can Google it, and some doctors, so GP doctors in hospital, they start to provide medicine to people, especially with depression. So it's very beneficial for depression, stress, worry, all these kind of things, because it brings you back in the present moment. It brings you back in the present moment, and it teaches you how to leave the mind on the side, to stop identify yourself with the mind. Because when you go through this journey, it's so deeper inside your human being, inside who you truly are. It's like, when I say we go deeper into Mother Earth and the lower world, or the spirit world, it's like going deeper into yourself and figure out everything. So the benefit, you stay with this, identify yourself anymore with the mind, and you understand you more than the mind, you're bigger than your mind, because your mind is constantly projecting you in the future, in the past, and you worry and you stress and you start to be depressed and blah blah blah. It's too much, So the benefit after doing the ceremony, we work together. I work on your energetic fields. I show you things. The medicine show you things. The mushroom talk to you. That's why a lot of people say, wow, I had so much revelation, I hear so much stuff, and if you keep these things with yourself, it's like tools, and you can use it in your daily day, and it's useful. Of course, it's very, very helpful. I always say to people why it's forbidden. Because maybe, imagine just a second, it's really, really healing.
Yeah.
Why the pharmacy today, like the complex, you know, the industry, pharmacy, all these kind of things, they forbidden the access to cannabis, to medicine plants, because they know it's healing, and they're not gonna make money if we allow this kind of medicine to be used. I think it will change because today the consciousness is raising up. People start to be more open. People start to realize we can't continue like this. We can't continue to move forward like this because most of the people are sick, stressed, depression. So I think it will change, definitely. But we can already see in US, in the United States, they have some kind of experience. They bring shaman in the hospital, you know, and they ask the shaman what you see with I don't know how to say in English, you know, people who are schizophrenic. So they ask the shaman what you see, what we can do. So the medicine starts to really open, and they start to talk about DMT. The DMT is a substance in the brain, in the human brain, and this substance is released at the birth, when we die, and during the dream, and when we have like a very huge trauma, like emotional shock. Right. We release this kind of substance, but this substance is in abundance in every plant, living organism, living things in the planet, and also in the ayahuasca. So this is why we use it as a medicine to help people to have access to this other consciousness, other level of consciousness, and understand we are all connected, we are all one. Ego creates the illusion of the separation, but we all connected. Very simple. They can find me on my website is www.ben-lifechanger.com, or they can just simply Google Ben Life Changer on Google, as they will find me on a website, or my Facebook page, Ben Life Changer. Benjamin Torre on Facebook, Instagram as well. I post a lot of content. I do every 2 days, 3 days Facebook Live. I'm talking about different things, always sharing a lot of content. I have a retreat if people are interested, and I really recommend it because I think for me the retreat is the best things we can do is immersion, 10 days in immersion with everyone is really authentic, integrity, and it's the best way to shift and move forward in life. And we have the retreat in Peru, the 15th June to 25th June, and I will lead the retreat with my friend Chandra. She is an amazing medicine woman, so we're going to do medicine plant, we're going to do like a life coaching, guidance, spiritual counseling, and it's very powerful.
Brilliant.
Yeah, the sacred plant ceremony is not really online on my website because the moment I try to keep not secret, but it's really just for people to contact me. So they can just contact me and I will share the details for the next one.